As they exit to the right, you will notice that the entire formation has shifted back into the Blue Angel Diamond. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron takes pleasure in performing for you. This our 51st flight demonstration of the 2024 season. I'm Lieutenant Connor O'Donnell, narrator for the Blue Angels. The Blue Angel maintenance crew and their equipment travel aboard a United States Marine Corps C-130 Super Hercules, affectionately known as Fat Albert. It is the large blue and white aircraft taking its position on the runway to your left.
First, no. We on the airfield and the airspace. You are clear for takeoff. Have a good one.
Thanks, Mo. Bert's ready to fire it up for the Marine Corps.
Marine Corps, simplify.
Below the line checklist, text panel set, exterior lights are set, AV control switch stop, IFF on and transmit. ACOS, check right. Check left. Departure review. Complete. Forward takeoff checklist is complete. Power. Grinder set. Mars is set. Column set. Wish is set. Oh, list checkup complete.
The C-130 Hercules, built by the Lockheed Martin Aircraft Company, was first produced in 1956. It was designed as a tactical transport aircraft, capable of lifting heavy payloads both into and out of short or unimproved airstrips, as well as providing air delivery and close air support. The aircraft is powered by 4 Rolls-Royce turboprop engines, producing more than 18,000 shaft horsepower, enabling takeoffs on runways as short as 2,500 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, Major Sultan is now positioning Fat Albert behind the crowd to the right for a parade pass. Flooded airspeeds approaching 300 miles per hour. From the right, the Fat Albert Parade Pass. Major Sultan is now positioning Fat Albert for a low-altitude, high-speed pass. From the left, at 370 miles per hour, the Fat Albert flat. Fat Albert is flown by an all-Marine crew, led by Major Joshua Sultan from Spokane, Washington, Captain Sam Petco from Osceola, Indiana, and Captain Isaac Becker from Austin, Texas. The enlisted aircrew for today's flight demonstration are Gunnery Sergeant Brandon Wishart from Tacoma, Washington, and Staff Sergeant Colin Handley from Michigan City, Indiana. Over the course of a complete show season, Fat Albert will fly more than 100,000 miles while carrying a normal show load of 45,000 pounds of fuel, 35,000 pounds of equipment, and a specialized maintenance and support team of nearly 50 personnel. Hi, and to the left. Major Sultan will establish Fat Albert on a very steep approach angle, simulating landing in mountainous terrain or a hostile environment. To demonstrate the short field landing capability, they will touch down and immediately reposition the propellers to full reverse, stopping the aircraft in just 1,500 feet. You will notice that not only can the aircraft stop quickly, it can produce enough thrust to taxi backwards. With the stars and stripes flying high above the cockpit, the Blue Angel C-130. Since 1946, the Blue Angels have had the unique privilege of demonstrating to the American public the precision techniques of naval aviation, hoping to inspire a culture of excellence and service to country. The maneuvers you will see demonstrated here this afternoon are coordinated tactical techniques developed by Navy and Marine Corps pilots in both peacetime training and actual combat. These maneuvers are neither stunts nor daring feats, but are refinements of basic techniques taught to every prospective naval aviator. Here, over Marine Corps Air Station Miramar, we will demonstrate these maneuvers at very low altitude in traditional Blue Angel formation, so that you may see and take pride in the precise fashion in which your Navy and Marine Corps pilots are trained to fly. Now direct your attention to the ramp before you. Observe the military manner in which the 6 demonstration pilots approach their aircraft and are saluted by their crew chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels from Skinnyatless, New York, Captain Alex ARMATAS. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wingman from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Lieutenant Commander Jack KEILTY. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman from Georgetown, Texas, Lieutenant Commander Wes PERKINS. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot from Mounds View, Minnesota, Lieutenant Commander Amanda Lee. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Madison, Wisconsin, Lieutenant Commander GRIFFIN STANGEL. Flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Baltimore, Maryland, Commander Thomas ZIMMERMAN. The Blue Angels fly the Boeing FA-18 Super Hornet, a multi-mission strike fighter, versions of which have been operational throughout the fleet since 2001.
Airline carrier, yes, 15, 30, 30, 45, then you can do it down. We got the special down. Push up the balance. Change your smoke pressure on. Smoke on. Smoke off.
The Blue Angels taxi in tight formation, just as you'll see them perform here this afternoon. This degree of precision has been a trademark of the Blue Angels since first established 78 years ago. 17 officers and 143 enlisted personnel comprise the Navy's flight demonstration squad. Pilots 1 through 4 flying the diamond formation, showcasing the precision flying required of Navy and Marine Corps aviators. while pilots 5 and 6 fly as solos, demonstrating the maximum performance capability of the aircraft. Once again, I'm Lieutenant Connor O'Donnell from Freeport Marines, Blue Angel number 7, the narrator for the flight demonstration, as well as the pilots, and the key influencer and media personnel we normally fly at each show center. Blue Angel number 8, Lieutenant Commander Brian Bott from Englewood, Colorado, is the Squadron Naval Flight Officer and Events Coordinator. Commander Bryce Abishon from Washington, Missouri, serves as the squadron's executive officer. Commander Greg Jones, our maintenance officer from Perry, North Carolina, is responsible for the men, women, and equipment that keep our aircraft flying. From Mayaguez, Puerto Rico, our assistant maintenance officer is Lieutenant Commander Natalia Lucetti. From Williamsburg, Virginia, the Blue Angel flight surgeon is Lieutenant Commander Philippe Warren. From Dayton, Ohio, our supply officer is Lieutenant 2-year grade Mara Mason. And from Hagerstown, Maryland, our public affairs officer is Lieutenant Ben Bouchon.
No, updated winds are 280 at 5. We on the airfield and the airspace. You are clear for takeoff. Have a good one.
Thanks, Bo. Clear for takeoff. Solos, we're clear for takeoff. Solos ready to go, boss. Boss, we're clear for takeoff. Winds are 280 at 5. That's a right headwind. Check your turn takeoff. Check your trim set. Check your nozzle steering on. Maneuver. Dive in, squirrel cage. Left turn up. Go. Dash.
So, 7 clear on 9. Let's fire it up for Miramar.
Now to the left, Captain ARMATAS calls, smoke on, off brakes now, burners ready now, and the Blue Angel Diamond is rolling. As they pass before you, you will notice that the smoke is no longer visible while the engines are inactivated. Smoke comes on as Captain ARMATAS calls for the deselection of Afterburner. Pulling through the horizon, he will roll the formation 180 degrees to the upright position, completing the half Q&A. As the Diamond accelerates into descent, they will acquire the necessary airspeed for their next maneuver. Back to the right, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are rolling. Blue Angel number 5 will complete the dirty roll on takeoff, while Blue Angel number 6 pitches up vertically at 6 times the force of gravity. Angel Diamond will momentarily be making its approach from the right. In relatively slow speed flight, they will give you an opportunity to get a close look at the precision flying that produces the 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation between these four aircraft. From the right,
The Blue Angel Diamond.
Sensation of weightlessness or zero-G flight, similar to that experienced by astronauts in space, will now be felt by the two solo pilots. Approaching center point, they will roll their aircraft to 90 degrees angle of bank and push forward on the stick as they perform the opposing knife edge pass. The Diamond is approaching for a maneuver that is likely familiar to those of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond roll. All four aircraft flying as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver. The two solo pilots will next demonstrate the inverted flight capability of the F-18. Approaching inverted from the left and right, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, crossing over center point. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing inverted to inverted roll. To the left, the Diamond is setting up for their next maneuver. Approaching center point on Captain ARMATAS' command, all four pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees as they perform the Diamond Aeileron roll. Here's Captain ARMATAS.
Little ready, hit it.
Pilots and aviation enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver demonstrated by the two solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Stangel and Commander Zimmerman will establish a mirror image formation. However, look closely, as both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortus. Navy and Marine Corps pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea. Slow speed flight is just as important as high speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty, slow speed handling characteristics of the F-18, Captain ARMATAS has called for the extension of the landing gear and tail hooks by the four Diamond pilots as they execute a maneuver performed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, the Diamond Dirty Loop. STANGEL is approaching to demonstrate the maximum performance turn rate of the F-18. He'll execute a 7.5G afterburning turn and exit the flight line vertically, showcasing the Super Hornet's turbo nose low capability. Lieutenant Commander KEILTY and Lieutenant Commander PERKINS maintain minimum wingtip to canopy separation. However, the flight leader and slot pilot are both in the inverted position. From the right, the Blue Angel double Farvel. Behind the spectator area, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are approaching the flight line at 400 miles per hour. Having rolled their aircraft 270 degrees and crossed with minimum separation, watch as both pilots sustain 6 times the force of gravity to cross their aircraft over show center. Four Diamond pilots are now stacked down and aft on a 45-degree bearing line to establish a right echelon formation. From the right, at 378 miles per hour, the Blue Angel Echelon Parade. Setting up for their next maneuver, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are converging on center point to demonstrate the rapid roll rate of the F-18's fly-by-wire flight control system. Crossing center point, they will complete 2 consecutive rolls, totaling 720 degrees, with a combined closure rate of over 800 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing horizontal rolls. Established a left echelon formation. Approaching center point, Captain ARMATAS will roll the formation 360 degrees into the 3 wingmen. Over the top, the Diamond pilots will showcase their precision formation flying as they make a subtle modification while in the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel Changeover roll. As they exit to the right, you will notice that the entire formation has shifted back into the Blue Angel Diamond. Tactical aircraft at high speed to sneak into a target area virtually undetected. Commander Zimmerman will complete the maneuver with a series of vertical rolls, while Lieutenant Commander Stangel completes his rendezvous with the diamond to the right. Lieutenant Commander Stangel has joined the diamond in a line abreast formation. Still maintaining minimum wingtip to canopy separation, the pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees from their flight path toward Captain ARMATAS' aircraft. They'll climb up through vertical under heavy G as they perform the very difficult 5-plane line abreast loop. As they exit to the left, Captain ARMATAS calls for another formation change prior to detaching Blue Angel number 5. The two solo pilots will next demonstrate precision roll rate control. Approaching center point, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, pausing after each 90 degrees of rotation, crossing center point in the inverted position. The opposing 4-point hesitation roll. Dynamic separation maneuver. They'll climb up through vertical and smoothly shift back into the Blue Angel Diamond. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel vertical break. Lieutenant Commander Stangel and Commander Zimmerman are approaching to demonstrate the impressive pitch rate of the F-18. Crossing center point, they'll execute a maximum performance climb with a split S reversal, bringing their aircraft back over show center. Through vertical. Roll the formation 90 degrees and perform a split S, finishing with a dynamic separation maneuver. As the formation pulls to level, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction. The new engine. To the right, the two solo pilots are making their approach to the flight line. Approaching center point, they will simultaneously roll their aircraft 420 degrees in section. Ladies and gentlemen, the double tuckover roll. Behind the crowd, Captain ARMATAS is rolling out the diamond formation for another dynamic maneuver, the low brake cross. Approaching center point, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction. Accelerates to 500 miles per hour. They will perform a reversal turn back towards the flight line. You should be able to follow their individual smoke trails as all four aircraft converge on center point with maximum closure and minimum separation. Lieutenant Commander Stangel and Commander Zimmerman are approaching to demonstrate the slow speed handling characteristics of the Super Hornet in the clean configuration. They'll pass before you virtually standing Blue Angels 5 and 6 on their tails. At less than 120 miles per hour, the fly-by-wire flight controls provide the slow speed handling that sets the Super Hornet apart in the air-to-air combat arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the Section High Alpha Pass. Let's listen as Captain ARMATAS calls for the selection of afterburner by the 4 Diamond pilots. As they pass over center point, you will hear and feel the thunder of 8 engines producing 168,000 pounds of thrust. portion of our flight demonstration will showcase all 6 aircraft flying together in formation. The Blue Angel Delta has been our signature 6-plane formation since 1958. Behind the crowd to the right, the 2 solo pilots have joined the Diamond to form the Blue Angel Delta. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Delta roll. All 5 wingmen maintaining position as they roll 360 degrees over center point. As they exit to the left, watch as Captain ARMATAS brings the formation back towards the flight line. Very shortly, all 6 aircraft will be approaching for the Blue Angel Fleur De Lis. In an aerial salute to our forward deployed forces, all 6 aircraft will separate, perform individual 360-degree rolls, and the 4 Diamond pilots will rendezvous through a looping maneuver. From the left, at 450 miles per hour, the Blue Angel Fleur De Lis. Let's listen in.
Up we go. Halo.
And to the right, the 2 solo pilots are rejoining the Diamond for another Delta maneuver. As they rendezvous, watch as Captain ARMATAS executes a reversal turn, rolling out the formation for the Delta loop break cross. Passing through vertical, Captain ARMATAS tilts his head back, picking up the flight line here at Marine Corps Air Station Miramar. Over the top, he's floating the formation to place them directly over show center. Now watch closely as Captain ARMATAS calls smoke on, ready break. aircraft accelerates to 500 miles per hour. They will perform a half-Cuban 8 reversal turn. As they pull up and over the top, you should be able to follow their individual smoke trails as all 6 pilots simultaneously roll their aircraft 180 degrees and head back towards show center. From 6 different directions with maximum closure and minimum separation, they will converge on center point and cross with a combined closure rate of nearly 1,000 miles per hour. For a description of our maneuvers, as well as an in-depth look at our team and individual biographies, we invite you to visit our website and follow us on social media, including Facebook and Instagram. In front of the crowd, the Delta is making its approach to the flight line. Approaching center point, the entire formation will separate in dramatic fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel Delta Breakout. Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron represents a time-honored tradition of pride, professionalism, and excellence spanning 113 years of naval aviation. The 2024 team takes a great deal of pride in saluting Navy and Marine Corps aviators, maintenance crews, and support personnel everywhere. From the left, representing your United States Navy and Marine Corps, the 2024 Blue Angels. One of the unique demands placed upon naval aviators is that the need of a landing aircraft on a SEAL. Whether it be a tactical jet, a propeller-driven aircraft, or a helicopter, each requires skill which the naval aviator must master. In order to perfect this skill, Navy and Marine Corps pilots spend a great deal of time in the landing pattern, practicing carrier approaches. In front of you now, Captain ARMATAS and his wingmen are demonstrating a simulated carrier pattern. Approaching the runway from the left, Captain ARMATAS is confirming that the landing checks have been completed and that each aircraft is in fact ready to land. Rolling out on final, they make constant power and lineup corrections, maintaining the optimum rate of descent for the proper touchdown point. The demonstration pilots you've been watching perform here this afternoon are but a small part of the Blue Angel team. The men and women in blue uniforms standing before you are members of the elite Blue Angel maintenance crew. Through hard work, many long hours, and unselfish dedication, they have each year for the past 78 years provided us with the aircraft availability necessary to perform each of these flight demonstrations. As the aircraft taxi back, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the Blue Angel maintenance crew. Command Master Chief Matthew Dawson from Racine, Wisconsin. Maintenance Master Chief Hector Vitamontes from Pico Rivera, California. Maintenance Chiefs Alejandro Benito from Houston, Texas, and Jeremy Watts from Rosamond, California. Crew Coordinator Bailey O'Donnell from Champaign, Illinois. Crew Chief Number 1, Chelsea Kendrick from Aurora, Colorado. First Mech Paint Shop, Renee Pametuan from Santa Clara, California. Crew Chief Number 2, Nick Otterin from Salida, California. First Mech Life Support, Darren Johnson from Spanish Fort, Alabama. Crew Chief Number 3, Oleg Berenzin from Zaporozhye, Ukraine. First Mech Life Support, Tredino Taylor from Nassau, Bahamas. Crew Chief Number 4, Marcos Ivy from Keystone Heights, Florida. First Mech Airframes, Ashley Delorbe from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Crew Chief Number 5, Aaron Gutierrez from Goodyear, Arizona. First Mech Power Plants, Zach Summers from Salem, Alabama. Crew Chief Number 6, Michael Patterson III from Columbus, Ohio. First Mech Power Plants, Lorenzo Aravallo from Daly City, California. Crew Chief Number 7, Cody Farrell from Long Island, New York. Runway Truck Alert Crew, Matthew Burciaga from Sandy Springs, Georgia. Jonathan Kiesnowski from Brooksville, Florida. Joshua Harris from Rochester, New York. Chelsea Jenkins from Duval County, Florida. And Helbert Arudio from Middletown, New York. Quality Assurance Representative Highland McNaughton from Huntington Beach, California. Aerospace Medicine Technician Brandon Crawford from Tacoma, Washington. Public Affairs Representative Creighton Agnew from Starr, South Carolina. Video Technicians Hugh Wynn from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Kyler Carpenter from Morganton, North Carolina. Logistics Support Representatives Justin Magdarov from Rising Sun, Maryland. Alicia Meza from Miles, Texas. And Blake Thompson from Loretto, Kentucky. Maintenance Control Representative Diego Salarzano from Raleigh, California. And Hannah Jeffrey from Portland, Oregon. Music choreographer Justin Asuncion from Linwood, Washington. And Kiana Blake from Brooklyn, New York. Our C-130 crew, Brandon Wishart from Tacoma, Washington. Lauren Song from Aurora, Colorado. Colin Handlin from Michigan City, Indiana. Joseph Gunther from Long Island, New York. And Daniel Knutson from Eagan, Minnesota. Maintenance support personnel, Gabe Wisman from Wasilla, Alaska. Adriana Sanchez from Brooklyn, New York. Jose Sanchez from Lincolnton, North Carolina. Matthew Rowe from Harbor City, California. Colin Elgood from Gallatin, Tennessee. Brett Lynch from Fallon, Nevada. Taylor Miller from Appleton, Wisconsin. Leon Grant from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Chuying Ma from Hong Kong. Tamara Perez from Hillside, New Jersey. And Ryan Hernandez from Hacienda Heights, California. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Blue Angel Maintenance Crew. Having secured their engines, the pilots will simultaneously exit their aircraft on a signal from Captain ARMATAS. It has been an honor and our pleasure to perform for you here at Marine Corps Air Station Miramar. This is our 51st flight demonstration of the 2024 season.
Hey, you guys, sorry, I had a guy talk through my ear. What was your question? Oh, she's number 4. From the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 next.
That's one meter.
Yeah. Right up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, flying Blue Angel number 6, the opposing solo from Baltimore, Maryland, Commander Thomas Zimmerman. Flying Blue Angel number 5, the lead solo from Madison, Wisconsin, Lieutenant Commander Griffin Stangel. Flying Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot from Mounds View, Minnesota, Lieutenant Commander Amanda Lee. Flying Blue Angel number 3, the left wingman from Georgetown, Texas, Lieutenant Commander Wes Perkins. Flying Blue Angel number 2, the right wingman from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Lieutenant Commander Jack KEILTY. Flying Blue Angel number 1, the commanding officer and flight leader of the Blue Angels from Skaneateles, New York, Captain Alex ARMATAS. Ladies and gentlemen, representing your United States Navy and Marine Corps, the 2024 Blue Angels.
Way to go, Connor. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Blue Angels. Awesome. Oh, they were perfect. It's been a long day.